laptops. A godsend when it comes to portability and thinness. We have one minor problem in the modern day, though. Repairability. Do you see any screws there? Let me take you outside and show you something better. There we go. That's better. Look at these things. I have, right here, 3 older laptops that are an absolute wonder to work on compared to today's modern, thin, sleek, irreparable, overly replaceable devices. So the story is, my friend, also known as Two Dudes in the Sky, I've shouted him out a couple times before, found a whole bunch of laptops in his electronic scrap that he was never going to use anymore. They've already got some good laptops, so they didn't need them anymore. He contacted me. He's like, none of them are currently working right now. 2 of them worked for certain. Do you want them? And I'm like, yeah, come on over. I'll see what I can do. So, the laptop models we have right here are, if I can get this back on, the HP EliteBook 850 G2, the Sony Vaio VGN CR290, and, oh god, that sounds horrible, and the Dell Latitude E6400. So, he asked me if I wanted them. I'm like, yeah, bring them over. So, it started with this one. This one was the most complete out of all of them. It had everything. It had, see, look at that. It had its RAM. It had its storage drive, which in this case is a 256 gig SATA SSD. It has everything basically needed for it to run. The Sony Vaio has everything it needs to run except for a hard drive. The Dell Latitude, it's got a processor. That's literally all. No hard drive, no RAM, which are things I do not currently have access to, so I was not able to get this one running. Before I continue on, I would like to say, pardon my delay in putting out a video. I didn't expect, I expected this to be a series. I didn't expect this to be done so soon. And honestly, I haven't had the drive to make new videos. So, moving on. Where was I? The video cut off, so it's gonna be bad in production, post-production. So, yeah, everything's getting too hot, which is lovely. Outside is the best environment I could film in, so. This one, the Sony Vaio, didn't have a hard drive, but with the chargers my friend gave me, I plugged this one in, and I put the SSD from here into this, and it booted up into Windows 10 perfectly. So I know for a fact this one works. It's got an Intel Centrino and 2 gigabytes of DDR2 inside. I know, that's crazy. This 256 gig SSD, 8 gigs of DDR3, which is not bad, honestly. This one, unknown. So I went to plug this one in, and just like if anyone's into cars or anything, like, you know, there's codes that appear on cars when there's a problem with them. This one had that. It had the light codes popping up. So that was an absolute pain in the behind to figure out. So I did all the Googling. I traced it down to one of two things. It was either a charger issue or a battery issue. So I remembered my family had two compact laptops that have HP chargers, obviously. So the chargers I was given were a Sony charger and then a Dell charger, which I'm assuming was for the Latitude. So I tried the HP compact charger, and then this got a little further along in its boot up process, and it gave me another code, which was traced to a RAM issue. I love how easily I can open this up. That's amazing. So I switched it from this slot to this slot, and now it runs beautifully. My friend said, if I can get them running, I can have them. This thing has an Intel Core i5 5200U, basic integrated Intel Graphics 5500, and I hate the flickering. 8 gigs of DDR3, I said already. The 256 gig SSD, I said already. And just basic Wi-Fi. So, all in all, its specs aren't bad for how old it is. And for the use cases I have, it's not bad. I can do light gaming. The Sony Vaio, I got to work. I don't have a hard drive formatted for it. And it's a pain to put like Windows 7 on because they don't have the ISO files available anymore. So that's the problem. This one I declared too far gone to work with. It doesn't have RAM. I don't have RAM. It doesn't have a hard drive. I don't have enough hard drives. I have an old PS3 hard drive. On to the things I like. One, the obvious one, repairability. This just takes a couple screws. You can get to the hard drive. You can get to the RAM and everything you need without pulling everything apart. With this one, the entire back plate just comes off. It's amazing. You can access battery, access SSD, put in an M.2 SSD, put in another slot of RAM, and get to everything you need without a problem. The Dell has a feature that quite intrigued me. The removable DVD drive. So, I think all of these have extended capacity batteries. That's why it's all sticking out the weird way it is. These two originally came with Windows Vista. I think one of them was, my friend said it was upgraded to Windows 7. This one, I don't know what its original operating system has, but it's got Windows 10. Another feature I like about the EliteBook is the stock it comes with. Proprietary connectors, of course, but it increases I/O capacity like crazy. Get 4 USB-A ports, 2 display ports, Ethernet, VGA, plus you get to charge it. And the best part is it props up the EliteBook at an angle that is prime for like a desktop kind of workstation. So you just click that in there and boom, it charges, and then it props it up at a nice angle. Next thing I like, performance. I'm going to focus entirely on the EliteBook, which you're gonna have to follow me inside for, because everything is getting way too hot. See you in a bit. Now that I'm in a more suitable environment, I can talk about the main subject of this video. The one laptop that I got to work perfectly. It's got a swipe fingerprint sensor on it. It's got one of those little mouse pad button things that I've never used before. So the fingerprint's nice and quick. Talking about performance, how it runs for me. The 5200U is quite a competent chip. It works fine for my light gaming. The problem I have is the GPU. Intel Graphics 5500, they just don't cut it. The games I do get to perform well are Minecraft Java Edition, Minecraft Bedrock Edition, clearly, and World of Tanks. I run Java Edition through Lunar Client, so it improves some stuff. I tried Counter-Strike 2. That gives me an average of roughly 10 or 11 FPS. It is unplayable. Java Edition and World of Tanks give me an average of 35 to 40 frames per second. So they are quite competent for playable gaming. I know the popular opinion states that 60 frames is what you should be having at least, but 30 frames is fine for somewhat smooth gaming experiences. So yeah, it's a neat little laptop. First thing I did is I wiped everything once I was able to get into Windows 10, so my friend's account's not on here anymore. I put my own account on here, and I somehow failed to load Steam. Your device needs to restart to install updates. Yeah, I don't care. I tried Fallout 4 again. I tried Fallout 4 on our old all-in-one, but it didn't work. That thing's got an Intel Celeron J3060, so it's quite hot garbage. This thing, I was hoping it'd run at all, but it doesn't. It opens and then it closes. That's the way. So, thank you for watching if you've been following this far along on this little journey of multiple laptops. My plans for future videos, I'm planning on working on a video with my Nintendo 2DS again, because that's got a couple problems. And I'm planning on putting out a video about these two little things, also known as Kindles. Oh god, I need to clean them. So thank you for following along. Disregard any hand repositioning. I don't have the best filming equipment, and I am literally just taking a camera shot of my screen right now. So, other plans I have with this laptop, just basic things like general work, light gaming, obviously. So it's going to be a general use laptop. Once my parents figured out that this is a competent laptop, they're also willing to upgrade it, or willing to get me things to upgrade on it. So they're thinking of getting me a 16 gig kit of RAM, thinking of getting me an M.2 SSD to stick in there, and the laptop, of course. I added a new battery, because off the charger, when doing heavy gaming, or heavy gaming for this, light gaming for any other competent PC, it literally lasts exactly an hour on its battery. When I played World of Tanks, from 100% to 0%, it said an hour remaining. Right now, it says 96% available, obviously, because it's plugged in. So, that's another problem. That's another kink that needs to be worked out with this. I was dumb enough to try to put MSI Afterburner on this to see if I can overclock anything, but that was obviously an insane idea. Plus, the 5200U is not an unlocked processor. So, the GPU... Imagine trying to overclock, like, integrated graphics. That's just crazy to do. I did increase the dedicated graphics memory, though, in BIOS, along with a couple other things like the turbo on battery power. So it might work a little better, but besides that, it's still kind of sketchy. Yeah. So I think that's about it with this laptop. Goodbye. To the laptop. One thing I learned literally the other day, after having this almost a week, is it's got a rubber lid. Like, it's got a rubberized feeling lid. It's like soft touch. It's interesting. But, like, doing the research on this, hello again, like, it was apparently a top grade business laptop for its time. This released in 2015. And obviously, it came with up to an i7. So it is quite good in terms of potential specs. But for 2024, it's reaching its old age. And I just want to see this working again. It's so much better than the old all-in-one, and I'm so glad I can actually start doing some light gaming now for what I do. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for dealing with almost a year without any videos. Check out my other videos. My earbud video has still been racking up views since I posted it literally July of last year. And check out more of my gaming videos too. I'm planning on putting more of those out now that I have a laptop. I'm planning on playing with my friend more in Minecraft, Bed Wars. Maybe I'll put out some more World of Tanks footage. I'm done with World of Tanks Blitz, though. That's way too toxic of an environment for me. No, thank you. Thank you for watching. See y'all in the next video. Enjoy any other videos you may see by me, and have a good day.